just got blown out this morning, 13-0 against the Markham Majors. And here we go, the Wolves win the draw. Thompson, up to Hebert, up the right wing. Hebert feeds it into the middle, and Niket lost it in his feet. Niket tries to send it to the point. That gets intercepted, and now the 67s come back the other way. Grosso turns back. He fires a backhand. Dubé walks in the line, centers for Boyko, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Stretch pass across the left wing to Niket. Niket over the line. Niket around Dehote. McRae's there to help him out, and he'll scoop it and bring it around the back of the net. McKillier up the middle to Boyko. Boyko up the left wing, in on Baronet. Baronet gets a piece of it, and the Wolves will take it back. Chipped into the neutral zone, and after it is Maye. Maye met by McRae in the corner. Christakos there to help him out. McMillan steals it and brings it back the other way. He gets stripped of the puck by the Wolves, and now Christakos comes into the slot. He finds a body, and Maye couldn't finish the pass back door. It was Meade that gave Maye that backdoor pass, and Maye just couldn't find it. Now here's a break for McMillan. He lost it. Could have had a breakaway. Baronet stops up, fakes out the 67s, and he'll feed it to Angus, and Angus quickly up to Maye. Maye, a slap shot from the point, and goes into the corner. A pass by McMillan is blocked by Jacobo, and back into the 67 zone it goes. A centering pass by the Wolves, and Farquharson couldn't get a stick on it. That got lost in his feet. Robinson now over the line. Robinson cutting into the middle. Robinson, Deeks couldn't shoot it. Newton picks it up for the Wolves. Takes it out, gives it to Farquharson. Now it's up to Belanger. Farquharson takes it up all the way around and tries to get it in front. Poke checked away by the goaltender. The goalie for the 67s starting this game is Grayson Kenny. And for the Wolves, it's Imbo, who makes 2 stops there, and he'll freeze it. Ty Imbo in net for the Wolves. Grayson Kenny for the 67s. The 67s have yet to win a game this tournament. 0-3. Looking for their first win. Sudbury, meanwhile, 1-2. 2 points behind Barrie, who hold the last spot to qualify to the semis. Hebert sent it for Dupuis, and that's offside. That's good. Face off just outside the 67 zone. Sudbury come out with control. Hebert gains the line. Hebert, nice move around Liang, and he finds his way in the corner. Liang strips Hebert from the puck and will send it out to McCarthy, who banks it out of the zone. Smith. Over the line is Niket. Niket drops it back for Thompson, and Thompson is checked by Dubé. Thompson will ring it around, and Hebert is in after it in the corner. Flipped up by Liang to himself, and he'll try and send it out, but turns it over, and now puck just outside the crease, and the puck got lodged up in the pants of Niket, and that'll draw a play to stop. Just under 4 minutes into the first period. 0-0 game between the Sudbury Wolves and the Ottawa 67s. Torini gets it up to Proulx. Proulx brings it to center. He loses it. And the 67's trying to come back the other way, but it's deflected. Torini over to Angus. Angus stretched past the Proulx, but he's impeded by McRae. Torini turns it over, gives a gift to Watson, and Watson now backhands it to McKillier, and it just eludes him. Torini, he'll try it again. Over to Proulx, back to Torini. Torini, stripped of the puck again by Watson, and Watson gives a little slash to Proulx, and here comes McMillan now. He walks Torini. McMillan shoots, save made by Embo. A nice little move by McMillan. Torini with a rough shift. About 2-3 turnovers there, and unfortunately for him, he ran into Watson at the end of his shift, who's been very physical. One of the more physical players in the tournament is Misha Watson. 67s win the draw. Cesario dumps it in for Saulnier. Saulnier checked off the puck by Chatwell. Wolves try to bring it in, but Cesario able to stop it from happening. He'll dump it back in the corner. Now a turnover nearly by the Wolves, and they're able to get it out. And a penalty. And the penalty will be assessed to the 67s. It'll be Innes Robinson. He'll sit for 2 minutes and think about what he did. Just over 5 minutes into the first. 5:11 to be exact. Innes Robinson goes to the box to give Sudbury a chance at a power play. Hebert the first to the puck. He kicks it around behind the net. He surveys. Stops up to Dupuis. Dupuis spins off of Dubé, and Dubé brings him to the ice, and McRae is able to dump it down. Here comes Niket with speed. Niket stripped to the puck at center. Dupuis now has it. He'll try it. He goes over the left wing. He gains the line and dumps it back in, and is beaten to the puck by Dehote. Dupuis walks to the left circle. Backhand centering attempt is deflected up in the air. Saved by Angus at the blue line. One-time attempt to Dupuis, and Niket scores! A beautiful one-touch pass across the slot. Dupuis finds the seam to Niket, and Niket with a beautiful finish. One-timer from the right circle, and it gives the Sudbury Wolves a 1-0 lead. Niket from Dupuis and Angus. A power play goal for the Wolves. A big game for the Wolves here. They must win. Christakos has the puck over the line. He takes a shot from the slot. That goes off the mask of Kenny. Now McCarthy, the captain, comes in the other way. McCarthy. Backhand attempt to Boyko, and Boyko couldn't handle it. Watson with a big check on Thompson. Boyko to McCarthy. McCarthy tries to flip it to Watson. That's intercepted and sent right back to the 67 zone. Gimpoli. Gimpoli stripped of the puck by Christakos. Parker finds it. He'll walk into the neutral zone. He'll dump it into the corner. Parker, the defenseman, in after it against Jacobo. Jacobo turns it over, and Gimpoli will retrieve it at the neutral zone. Now it's Cesario. Cesario dumps it in. Saulnier in after it. He checks Chatwell. Jacobo picks it up at the opposite corner. Jacobo's pass just misses Proulx and all the way down the ice. Proulx gets a gift in the slot and he shoots it, and it's blocked away by Kenny. A decent opportunity there for Proulx, but Kenny's up to the task. And the 67s try and work it out. Jacobo keeps it in at the line and shovels it to the net. Into the corner now. Chatwell keeps it in. He'll try and slide it over to Farquharson, and no tip was able to be generated. Farquharson now in the left corner. Belanger trips up and is able to send the puck around and deep from his knees. Chatwell now unable to keep it at the zone, and Sudbury will have to tag up. They're forced back. Jacobo spinning. Beats one man. Almost a second, but Saulnier trips him from the puck. Now it's Cesario with Robinson with him. Robinson one time, and it's kicked aside by Imbo. Liang now. Across for Brasso. Brasso feathers it in front, and Imbo is able to get a piece of it. Proulx now dumps it in. He'll come off for a change. Liang stretched up to Brasso. Brasso gets it back. Brasso up into the Wolves zone. Imbo plays it into the corner, and Baronet sends a 67 into the corner, and he'll go to the box for it. So Braden Baronet is assessed a 2-minute penalty. And the face-off will be to the right of Imbo. It's won by the 67s. They bring it back out to the neutral zone, pressured by Dupuis. Boyko. He gains the line. A boarding penalty on Baronet gives the 67s a power play. Gimpoli. He walks to the right circle. He lets one fly, and it's off the post. He scores! A beautiful shot by Gimpoli. Looked to me, it went off the post. It sounded like it did. But the ref deems it's a good goal. In and out. Christian Gimpoli, with his first of the tournament, ties the game at once. .540 left to go here in the first. A shot by Christian Gimpoli on the power play ties this game up. Great timing, as the 67s really need to win here. They can't afford to lose another one. They'd really like to get on the win column at 0-3. The only winless team left in the tournament. And it's not for a lack of effort. So the Wolves win the draw at center. Quickly forechecked by the 67s. Boyko is there to help out. Rugby scrum along the half boards. McCarthy has it now. McCarthy makes a nice little move around Dupuis. He walks into center, tries to hand it off to Dubé, and he's stripped from the puck by Hebert. Hebert tried to hand it off to Dupuis, and that puck eluded him, and fortunately for the Wolves, Niket was able to pick it up. Now he brings it over the line. He centers for Thompson, and Thompson is denied by Grayson Kenny. Thompson shovels it over to Dupuis. Dupuis stuck in the netting. 67s come out with it. Centering attempt is interrupted by Hebert. He'll send it back into the 67 zone. And Hebert thought he was home free. Forgot about Jacobo, who was still in the zone, and an offside is called. .442 left to go here in the first. A 1-1 hockey game. Christakos wins it cleanly. Chatwell feeds it up to Mead, and Mead gets a piece of it. Waves off the icing. Jacobo chops it to Christakos. Christakos can't control it, and the 67s bring it out to center. Puck is up in the air, and Ren is able to track it down and muscle his way into the corner. Ren checking Jacobo. And now Watson comes away with it. His centering attempt to Dehote is intercepted by Mead. Now Mead will dump it in. Kenny out to play it. He'll stop it up for McRae. McRae. Clearing attempt is not enough, and Chatwell will pick it up at the point. He fans on it, and now he's stripped from the puck by McKillier. McKillier trying to beat Chatwell to the puck, and Chatwell muscles out McKillier. Jacobo dumps it down the ice. Gimpoli will retrieve it. Sends it across for Parker. Back to Gimpoli. Gimpoli in the neutral zone. Hands off to Watson. Watson centering attempt to Saulnier is thwarted by Torini. And now the puck finds its way to the slot and unable to be held by the 67s. Robinson with the puck. He's poke checked by Newton. Torini with a slip and turns it over. Robinson picks it up. Centers for Saulnier. Saulnier trying to center to Cesario, and that's off a body. Torini. Cross ice pass to Farquharson. Farquharson. Too much heat on the pass. He couldn't control it. And now the 67s will lose it as well. Gimpoli. Hands it off to Parker. Parker. Breakout pass up the middle to Gimpoli. Gimpoli walks in. He's got Sonia with him. Gimpoli shoots. He scores! A roof job from Christian Gimpoli. His second of the game. Second consecutive goal, and the 67s have a 2-1 lead. A beautiful shot over the shoulder of Ty Embo. And the Sudbury Wolves need a response. The Wolves currently sitting at 5th, just behind the Barrie Colts, and if they want to play some meaningful hockey in the latter stage of this tournament, they'll need a win against the 67, who are still winless. But they have the lead here in Markham with 2:15 left to go in the first. Play is stopped for an offside. McMillan wins it. Back to McRae. McRae sends it up the right to Watson. Watson centers from McMillan. Just a little too far ahead of his stick, and Embo will cover it up for the whistle. Proulx out to center. Chipped in by Mead, and Kenny will freeze it. 1:52 left to go in the first. 2-1 for the Ottawa Junior 67s. And Christakos kicked out of the draw. Poole will lose it to McMillan. Watson centers for McMillan. McMillan over the red, over the blue. McMillan winds and fires, and it's blocked by Chatwell. And the puck is loose, and Imbo was late to it. He couldn't cover it. And now here's a chance for the Wolves. They couldn't get to the puck in time. And it's sent back all the way down the ice for a Wolves icing. Excuse me, 67's icing. Face off to the left of Kenny. Robertson is summoned to the face-off circle, and he loses it. Angus keeps it in impressively and hands it off to Niket, and Niket shoots. Kicked away by Kenny. Hebert couldn't get to the puck in time for the rebound. Now it's Saulnier over the line. Saulnier shot from the point, and it's quickly gloved by Imbo before Robinson can get the rebound. The 67s win the draw. Liang across for Brasso. Wolves gain control. Hebert. Nice little move on Brasso, and he'll look to pass. No, he takes it all alone. He shoots, and they score! Dupuis on the doorstep. The Sudbury Wolves captain ties this game up back at 2s. A beautiful move by Hebert. Beats Brasso one-on-one, and he elected to take the shot all by himself, and Dupuis was able to jam that in as Kenny couldn't control the rebound. Just barely sliding in, and just like that, we have a 2-2 hockey game with 45 seconds left to go here in the first. Big forecheck by the Wolves. A centering attempt by Maillet is missed by the defenseman on the point, and now it's all the way back in the Wolves zone. 67s will work it into the corner. Big hits along that corner in the last 10 seconds. And now the Wolves stretch it out to the neutral zone, and Maillet is able to find it in the 67s line. And that'll do it for the first period of play. We're all tied up at 2s here in Markham. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Thornhill Community Arena in Markham, Ontario. Second period is underway between the Wolves and the 67s. A 2-2 hockey game. Dejote and Niket battling hard in the corner. And Niket's able to find it at the half boards. He makes a move into center, and Dejote lays him out. They've been jousting all shift. And Dejote with a huge hit on Niket. Now Niket into the corner. He gives Dejote something back. Robinson's attempt to clear is intercepted by Niket. Niket avoids another check from Dejote, and now the 67s will come out with it. And Cesario sprung up for a breakaway. He stops up instead. Cesario dangling in the slot, and he's pressured by two Wolves and loses the puck. The pass to Dupuis, jumps over his stick. 67s will work it in, but delayed offside. 67s have to tag up. Thompson carried us into the neutral zone. He gains the line. Over to the left circle. Thompson surveys. Centers it for Hebert, and Hebert catches it on his backhand. He's forced to walk to the half boards. Now he walks in and shoots, and it's blocked away by Kenny. Christakos wins the draw to Jacobo. Jacobo, his shot's blocked by Ren, and into the corner it goes. Mead centers in front for Christakos, and broken up by McKillier. Now Mead walks in. Christakos can't get the rebound. Jacobo with a shot, and it's sticked away by Kenny. Mead in the corner, works it behind the net to Newton. Newton loses it, and Christakos picks it up. He sends it back to the point, but Chatwell misses it and goes all the way back to the Wolves zone. Chatwell's pursued by Dubé. Dubé. Chatwell's able to spin off of him. And now Ren will pick up a loose puck, and now sends it for McMillan. McMillan shoots, he scores! Tyson McMillan, a little forehand backhand, and he slips it past Imbo to make it a 3-2 lead for the 67s. Coming into today, we knew this game will be one to watch. Two desperate hockey teams fighting for their tournament lives. And it sees the 67s with a 3-2 lead here in the second. Gimpoli to Parker. Parker backhands it up the middle to Boyko. Boyko gains the red now over the blue. Boyko in around Angus. Boyko shoots, sharp angle shot, and it's saved by Imbo. Back the other way it goes now to Belanger. He walks around Boyko. Now Boyko, second attempt, strips him from the puck, and now Poole walks in and gains the blue line, but it's offside. Saulnier over to the right to Cesario. Cesario centers for Saulnier. Back to Brasso on the point. Across for Liang. Liang shoots it, and Saulnier gets a tip on it, but it's saved by Imbo. And now back the other way it goes to Dupuis. Dupuis rifles it across to Niket. Over the line now. Pressed to the boards by Brasso. Into the corner now. Dupuis picks up the puck, and he's pinned to the boards by Saulnier. Now it makes its way to Hebert. Hebert walks in, shoots, and it's kicked aside by Kenny. Now the rebound comes up to the point, and that shot's blocked, and now the 67s come back the other way. Up the right wing is Cesario. He centers for Saulnier. Excuse me, Liang. That's missed, and now Cesario works his way to the middle. Cesario with a sharp angle shot, and it's saved by Imbo. Net comes off, and that'll draw play to a stop. (3-2) here in the second. 11:20 to go here in Markham. 67s lead the Wolves. Off of a goal. Sudbury chipping out of their zone, and now Meade has the potential 2-on-1. Dehote catches up to him and knocks him down. Centering attempt is intercepted by the goalie. And he freezes it. Now there's a big scrum going on behind the net. Kenny's in there. He's pulling his teammate McMillan aside. Wisely so, as he does not want to face a Sudbury Wolves power play. And so with that, the referee is able to send off the two 17s, Watson and Meade. 2 each for roughing. And we'll have some 5-on-5 action as those two penalties will cancel each other out. Face-off will be to the right of Grayson Kenny. And the 67s win the draw. Gimpoli, the defenseman, with 2 goals, turns it over. Gimpoli recovers it and now backhands it out to McKillier. Parker tries to reverse it. Baronet's there to pinch in, and he fans on it. And now the 67s will come back the other way. It's McMillan. McMillan loses his footing just before he gains the blue, and now the Wolves come back the other way. Farquharson up the right side. He's carried out behind the net. McMillan is there to cause some interference. And now the 67s come back the other way. Here comes McMillan. McMillan, right circle. He tries to shoot it, and Baronet was able to get a stick in the way. Centering attempt is off a foot and behind the net. Wren's the first one there. Angus is there to pursue him. Puck comes to Farquharson. He'll dump it down, and he'll take the icing. .10:04 left here in the second. .3-2 game for the 67s. And a turnover here by the Wolves, and McCarthy couldn't control the bouncing puck. He was knocked off the puck, and now McCarthy brings it back in. He's got Boyko with him. Slips it to Boyko. Boyko intercepted by Dupree, and now we have a stoppage in play. It looks like the net has come off again. So we'll do it again, this time to the left of Imbo. Boyko against Naked. Boyko wins the clean. Brasso over to McCarthy. That's turned over, and now Bear comes the other way. He dishes it off to Dupree. Dupree over the line. He sends it to Thompson. Thompson shoots, and a glove save made by Kenny. Puck comes out to Maye, and he shoots it right off the face-off. But Kenny able to track it and make a nice stop. Maye sends it back to the point for Chatwell. Maye misses his pass, and puck comes out to the corner. Now send it from Maye, and Robinson got in the way. Back to the point for Chatwell. Chatwell lets one fly, and that's off of Saulnier. Now Saulnier comes back with it. Over the red, now over the blue. Saulnier hands it off to Robinson. Robinson, a little move around Chatwell. Feeds it to Saulnier. Saulnier back to Robinson. Feeds it to the point for Dejote, and Dejote's shot's blocked by Cesario, and now McRae might have a break. He's in on Poole. Poole gets in the way, and now the puck comes back out to center. McRae to Dejote. Robertson chips it in. Jacobo's back there. He'll wire it over, and now almost led to a turnover off a weird bounce, and the Wolves are able to get it out to the center. Now chipped in by Jacobo. Gimpoli is there to retrieve it. He's got 2 goals in the game. Shoveled to the blue line by McMillan. 67s get it out, and now we have another penalty. It'll be an interference call on Vince Torini. He'll serve a 2-minute penalty for interference. And the 67s will have a chance to broaden their lead to 2. Boyko over to Brasso. Brasso walks in, shoots, and scores! The shot from Brasso went off a body. Not sure if it went off a Sudbury Wolves defenseman. But Brasso leads the line back to the bench, and we'll assume to give him credit. Grady Brasso gives the 67s a 2-goal lead, a power play goal. With 8 minutes left to go here in the second. Wolves win the draw. Thompson, cross-ice pass to Hebert. Hebert's over the line. He tries to walk Liang. He brings it around and centers it to Niket, and a great save by Kenny. So Grady Brasso is credited with the goal. Brasso from Boyko and McMillan. Jacobos. Thompson is checked at the line, and puck comes back out to center. Tipped back in by the Wolves. Liang stops up. He avoids the forecheck from the 67s. Thompson now spins off of Dubé. Dubé loses his footing, and now a cross-ice pass to Dupuis. Dupuis tries to feed Hebert on the opposite wing, and someone got a stick on it, and it's out of play. Refs convening here at the 67's blue line. Likely discussing where the puck will be dropped. It looked as though the play was tipped by the 67s just inside the line, but unfortunately I have no replay. But the refs deem it outside, and the face-off will be back out to center. Now Boyko walks around Dupuis at the face-off. McCarthy loses the puck in his feet. Now Hebert comes in. He walks it into the corner. In now around behind the net. Makes a nice little move around Boyko and finally loses it, but his defenseman's there to help and keep it in. McCarthy, the captain for the 67s. He's in on Smith. Over the left wing. Over the line on the left wing. Brasso now keeps it in the point, but loses it. Now it's Nikin. He's in over the line, backhands it to Hebert. Hebert shovels it to the middle and doesn't find anyone. And now McCarthy loses his footing, and Wolves are able to retrieve it and regroup. Stretch pass up to Dupuis. Is centered for Thompson. Thompson gains the line in the middle. Thompson fakes a shot. Puck ends up in the corner, and Thompson's the first one there. Thompson and Dupuis. Dupuis comes out with the puck. He surveys. He shoots off the side of the net. Thompson centers it for Dupuis, and Brasso was able to get a stick on it. Out to the red line it goes. Liang. Up to McCarthy. He couldn't control it. But Cesario's there. Cesario drops it for McCarthy. McCarthy shoots. Save made by Embo. Chatwell up to Newton. Newton chips it in. Him and Christakos chase after it. Into the opposite corner. Dejote picks it up, and he'll feed Saulnier. Saulnier is in over the line. He hands it off to Robinson. Robinson cuts into the middle. He's impeded by Christakos, and Christakos will go to the box now. Delayed penalty. 67s with an extra man. Dejote at the line. Feeds it in deep for Cesario. To Robinson. Back to Dejote. Dejote winds and fires, and it's off a body. Into the opposite corner. 67, still with the puck. Cesario behind the net. Surveys. Tries to feed it across and over the stick of Saulnier. And now the Wolves finally touch it for the whistle, and Christakos will go to the box for tripping. 4:54 left here in the second in Thornhill Community Arena in Markham, Ontario, for the AAA Under 15 All Ontario Championships. Liang dove for the puck at the blue line, but couldn't keep it in. .67s looking to gain the line. Robinson gains it, dumps it in. Cesario in on the forecheck. In the corner it goes. Cesario works it behind to McCarthy. Cesario back to McCarthy. Walks in. Back to McCarthy. Saulnier wants the puck. He gets it. Now he feeds Liang at the point. Liang over to Robinson. Centers it for Cesario. Cesario shoots, and that's saved by Imbo. And actually, my apologies, Raka is now in goal. Imbo has been yanked from the game, assuming it happened after the third goal. I didn't see it happen. But it's Raka now in net for the Wolves. He just recently made that save. And a centering pass for McMillan, and Raka stands tall. McMillan is denied. So Boyko, McMillan, and Watson, the forwards on this power play. Have 55 seconds to work with. Gimpoli and Brasso on the points. Gimpoli with 2 goals already in the game. He's pinching in, and he's caught. Now it's Dupuis. He brings it all the way to the 67's line. Button hooks, feeds it across to Smith, and Smith wires a shot, and it's wide of the net into the corner. Boyko nearly stripping the puck and makes it through. Watson just an inch offside, and the 67's coaches aren't impressed with that call. So the puck will be dropped all the way back at the 67's own line. They win the draw. Gimpoli, cross ice pass to Boyko. Boyko chips it in. Thompson is there. Thompson will fire it all the way down the ice, and Farquharson gets a high stick on it. So Niket unable to touch it. And now the play will be blown dead. Farquharson's tip has the referees wanting to drop the puck at the Wolves' blue line, but the coach quickly brings it to their attention that before it hit Farquharson's stick, it was going to be an ice. So the Wolves nearly got away with a couple of feet of territory, and the referees convene and make the right decision. They drop it in the Wolves zone, but the 67s aren't able to win it. Now it's all the way back. Dehote in the neutral zone. In the neutral zone now, it's Ren. Smith across for Thompson. Feeds it up to Niket. Niket gets a stick on it and no icing. And a huge hit by Smith leads a turnover. Now Dupuis walks in, feeds Hebert, and he's stopped by Kenny. Kenny with a beautiful stop on Hebert. Hebert trying to slide across the crease as Kenny was already sprawled in his crease, committed to the right side, and he was able to get a glove on it. .2:16 left to go here in the second. Daisy Dupuis has been summoned to the box for 4 minutes. And the 67s will look to extend their lead further with a 4-minute power play. 67s win the draw. Cesario takes it around behind the net. Surveys. Back to the point it goes to Saulnier. Saulnier walking over to the circle. Drops it to Cesario. He walks the line. Saulnier will pick up the intended pass for Liang. Sent back across to Robinson. Now Liang. Over to Saulnier. Saulnier stops up and Chatwell breaks his ankles, and the centering pass is deflected into the corner. And out it goes back to center. Robinson up to Liang. Tip to Saulnier. Now he gains the line. He walks in. Saulnier toe drag towards the net. Couldn't get a shot off. Now Cesario feeds it to McCarthy behind the net. Cesario feeds it to Robinson. Robinson back into the corner for Cesario. Cesario over to McCarthy. McCarthy shifts his way back to the corner. Centering attempt is deflected by Jacobo. Saulnier to Liang. Liang across for Robinson. Back to Saulnier. Saulnier now walks in. His sharp angle shots over the net. Robinson's able to keep it. He sends it back in deep for Saulnier. Takes a weird bounce, and now that gives the Wolves an opportunity to clear it out of the zone. 43 seconds left to go here in the second. 2:25 left to go for the Ottawa Junior 67's power play. Up the left it goes to Boyko. And an offside is called after a few weird bounces. .30 seconds now left to go here in the second. Boyko to Gimpoli. He'll gain the line. He takes it into the corner, but Torini in his kitchen. Back to the point for Brasso. Countdown starts, and Brasso's shot just misses the net. And that'll do it for the second period. The Ottawa 67s, the last remaining team of the tournament with no wins, find themselves up 2 goals on the for the AAA Under 15 All Ontario Championships, Day 3 of this tournament, which will conclude on Sunday. 67s with a 4-2 lead. The last remaining team in the tournament without a win. And to tell you the truth, it's not like the 67s have been necessarily bad. It's coming into the morning, I completely forgot that they had lost all 3 of their first games, or excuse me, 2. And they certainly have played better than their record shows. And that being said, they're up 4-2 on the Sudbury Wolves, who are currently above them in the standings. The Wolves, a turnover here by the 67s, draws a penalty, and the 67s will touch up, and someone will be assessed a penalty here to make it 4-on-4 for about a minute 10. The culprit is none other than Christian Gimpoli, who's got 2 goals. The defenseman with 2 goals in this game is in the box. Finishing my thought earlier, the Wolves currently sit 5th place, 1 spot out of the top 4. The top 4 advance to the knockout rounds. That spot is currently held by the Barrie Colts. Christakos centers it for Smith, and Smith jumping in, shoots it right at Kenny. Now Kenny, diving save made by Kenny. He gets a glove on it on his side to deny Mead. Now here comes Christakos. Christakos with a shot is blocked. Now Christakos stays with it and can't get it on net. It ends up in the corner. Christakos driving the net is stick checked by Dehote. Christakos with a shot from the point is sticked away by Kenny. Scrum along in the corner now for it. Puck gets fired all the way to the opposite corner. And a miscommunication by the 67s. Here comes the Wolves, and Thompson driving the net is tripped up. And now the Wolves will have a chance to go on the power play. Thompson moving his feet, draws a penalty, and it'll be Dehote going to the box for tripping. So back-to-back penalties for the 67s leads to some 4-on-3 action with the Wolves on the power play. Thompson to Angus. Angus assesses the situation. Now it's a 5-on-3. Dupuis out of the box. 5-on-3 for the Wolves. Dupuis across for Niket. Tries to one-touch pass to Angus. He fans on it and gets the second chance to Angus. Angus, one-time fake back to Angus. Angus shoots it. Blocker save made by Kenny. Rocca's out to play the puck. He feeds it up to Angus. Angus will circle around his net to get this rush going. 20 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Niket walks in over the right side. Now he cuts into the middle. Niket trying to fire it, and too many 67s in the way. Comes back out to center. Niket gains the line again. Middles it to Thompson. Thompson with the fake and can't get a shot off. Thompson across for Angus. 5-on-4 now. Angus with a low shot. Hebert missed the tip. And now chopped to the net by Thompson. But Kenny gets a pat on it. Now Angus back to Dupuis. Dupuis feeds it across to Thompson, and he fans on. Thompson back across to Dupuis. The left circle. Dupuis with a shot, and he scores! The captain, Daisy Dupuis, gets the Wolves on the board to cut the lead down to 1 goal. A power play goal from Daisy Dupuis as he absolutely fires at top corner to go bar down on Kenny. So it's a 4-3 game now. All evened up. 5-on-5. A stick knob. Stick cap ends up on the ice. And that delays the face off, and they'll finally drop it. 67s win the draw. Brent in his feet is checked by Mead, and Mead will get a penalty for it. Mead's going to go to the box for charging, and Mead is very confused. A charging penalty is assessed to Jackson Mead. And that'll bring the 67s back on the power play. So the face-off will be to the right of Rocca. The Wolves asking for an explanation to the ref, from the refs. And to be quite honest with you, the call to me seems kind of questionable. It seemed like a clean hit in the neutral zone. But then again, I didn't see how far back Mead came from. Nevertheless, the referees have spoken. Liang. Low shot blocked away by Rocca. That found its way through traffic. Saulnier. Back to Liang. Across for Robinson. Robinson. Across for Saulnier. Saulnier tries to fire one while sliding, and he loses his footing. Christakos trips over the blue line. Taken down by McCarthy. And I believe it's play is stopped for an offside. A little bit of a late call. Belanger wanted a tripping call, but the Wolves remain on the penalty kill. Farquharson forechecking in deep in the 67 zone, keeping the puck in the 67's defense. Liang works it up to Robertson. Robertson's in over the line on the right wing. Robinson surveys, feeds it to Saulnier. Saulnier can't get a shot off. He backhands it to Liang. Liang shot, and it's saved, made by Rocca. One minute left to go here in the Ottawa 67's power play. Draw one cleanly. Boyko has it on the point. Sends it in deep for Watson. Watson back to the point for Boyko. Over to Brasso. Gimpoli loses a tire. Centered for Watson. Watson can't get a handle of it. He'll take it into the corner. And he's brushed off the puck by Jacobo, and Jacobo will take him down to the ice. Wolves clear it. Brasso back there to take the puck behind his net. Now he'll walk up with it. Boyko feints over to the middle. Sends it across for Gimpoli. He dekes around one Wolves defenseman. Sends it across to the left, but that's worked all the way back to the neutral zone. They'll try it again. Boyko over the line. Up the left wing. He button hooks. He centers for McMillan, and McMillan with a shot. He fans on it. And Brasso's able to keep it in. A good keep by Brasso. And now Jacobo takes Watson hard in the corner. And looked for a second. Watson was hurt, but he'll be okay. And now the Wolves dump it for an ice as the penalty just expired. So the Wolves avoid any trouble on that weird penalty that was assessed to Jackson Mead. A 2-minute charging call right off the center ice faceoff. And now Dupuis works it to Niket. Niket gains the line, centers it for Dupuis. In between his legs. Now Hebert picks it up. Hebert, a shot from the right circle, and it's over the net. Not sure if Kenny gets a piece of it. The faceoff will be in the inside, so it appears Grayson Kenny did make the save. Hebert comes out with the puck behind the net. He's stick checked by McRae. McRae backhands it out. Unable to get it out of the zone, but now Sonia gets it out for him. 2-on-1. Broken up by Smith. Robinson to Dehote. Across for McRae. McRae's shot is blocked by Nikin, and now Nikin will chase after it. Nearly strips the puck off of McRae, but McRae does a good job of handling it, but he's attacked by two Wolves, and Dupuis trying to crash the net, couldn't get a shot off. Smith in the neutral zone. Dumps it in the opposite corner. Sudbury Wolves will make a change. Watson comes out for the 67s. McRae takes it up the neutral zone. He's held up by Christakos on the back check, and he'll lose it. Down to the 67s zone it goes, and Meade almost got there to beat out the icing, but couldn't make it on time. Wolves come away with it. Sent out to center. McCellier middles it for Wren. He couldn't control it. Back out to the neutral zone it goes. Big hit by Baronet. Baronet. Puck gets lost and finds its way to Rocca. He'll cover it up with a bunch of confusion in the zone, and there will be a penalty called for hooking. This time it'll be Belanger for the Wolves. Going to the box for hooking, which gives another power play to the 67s. 4-3 hockey game with 8:08 left to go here in the third. 67s looking to gain some ground in the game, and they're looking to catch up in the standings. McCardsey back to the point for Sonia. He's stripped of the puck, but Liang is there to retrieve it. He'll bring it back to safety. Grayson Kenny looking to get in the face of the forechecking Newton. Now Sonia comes in. He tries to drive the net, paddled away by Rocca. Now the puck comes back to Liang. He hands it up to McCarthy. Cross ice pass to Robinson. Robinson shoots, and it's fired over the net. Now a shot by Liang, tipped by McCarthy. Rocca dove, but missed the puck. 67 still have it. McCarthy surveys. Sends it across to Liang. Liang walks in. Cross ice pass to Robinson. Shoots, he scores! Robinson this time makes no mistake as he finishes that shot in the top right corner to extend the 67's lead back to 2. A power play goal by Ennis Robinson, and it was a thing of beauty. 5-3 Ottawa. Up the middle for Dupuis. Dupuis gains the line. He dangles around Brasso. He button hooks, sends it to Smith on the point, and Grayson Kenny with a big stop on Thompson. Face off to the right of Grayson Kenny. 7 minutes left to go here in the third. A centering pass by. They score! Dupuis able to jam it in on the doorstep after a huge misplay by the Ottawa defense. The 67's defenseman tried to safely backhand it into the opposite corner, and instead he shoveled it right into the post, and Dupuis was able to jam it in. So just as fast as the 67s regained their 2-goal lead, it's quickly given away. And now the Sudbury Wolves are down back within 1. Just 5 seconds after the 67's power play goal from Robinson. Robinson takes down Hebert, and no call on the play. Benches are furious. And the puck finds its way to Thompson. Thompson will bring it in. He's challenged by Saulnier. Dupuis keeps it in at the line. Again, he keeps it. Sends it in for Thompson. Thompson can't handle it. And now McRae will spin off of him. And now centered into the middle, and bouncing puck. No one can get a stick on it. And Robinson will cut in. Oh, and a huge hit by Smith. No call. Open ice hit there. Didn't get all of them, but now Smith, the defenseman, chips it in. Hebert along with him. Hebert stick checks Parker. He backhands it to the post and blocked away by Kenny. Chatwell up the middle to Christakos. Christakos gains the line. Christakos cutting in, shooting, and kicked away by Kenny. Hebert couldn't get the rebound. Now Watson picks it up. He'll take it to the neutral zone. He fights off Christakos and feeds McKillier. McKillier shoots. Save made by Rocca. An impressive pass by Watson. Made that pass while fighting off a back check from Christakos. And the only thing that was missing was a goal. McMillan and Christakos meet at the face-off dot, the 2-11s, and that's immediately frozen by Rocca. McMillan turns and fires from the face-off dot, saved by Rocca. And now the Wolves carry it out to the neutral zone. Belanger. He's checked into the boards by Watson, and Watson will go to the box for that upon the touch of the puck by the 67s. And there it is. Watson checked Belanger into the boards. To me, it looked like he lost his footing and made the hit look worse. And not to say it wasn't a penalty, but definitely was worse than probably intended. So Watson will go to the box for boarding. So a boarding penalty to Misha Watson will give the Wolves a power play and a chance to tie the game after being down by 2. Dupuis button hooks, sends it back to Angus. Angus, a slow pass across the knee kid is deflected off of Saulnier, and they score! Niket ties the game. A slow shot from the point deflects off of Saulnier's stick, and Kenny couldn't track it. An unfortunate bounce for the 67s as Grayson Kenny, who's been solid this afternoon, runs into some terrible luck. And the captain McCarthy will console him, and the refs drop the puck before he can line up. 67s win it anyways. McCarthy will dump it in, and Rocca's forced to freeze it. So a 5-5 hockey game with just over 4.5 minutes left in the game. 67s, without a win in this tournament, have blown a 2-goal lead. And it'll be interesting to see who takes this one, as this could have big implications. Now Dupuis in the slot. He feeds Nikic, but that's interrupted. Now a shot by Hebert in the slot is up in the air and doesn't make it to the net. Now a shot by Angus is deflected and they score! Dupuis with a beautiful tip off an Angus shot from the point. And the Sudbury Wolves have come back from 2 goals down to take the 6-5 lead. The captain has given the Wolves the go-ahead goal. Daisy Dupuis with a beautiful tip and a beautiful shot by Angus. And the Wolves win the draw. Robinson in pursuit of the puck. He's battling Smith. He takes him down. Backhands it to the opposite corner. And the Wolves recover. Jacobo plays catch with Smith, but he couldn't receive the pass back. Now the 67s have it. Puck gets lost on the ref's feet, and the Wolves will come away with it. Christakos. Pass intended for Belanger. Hops over his stick, and Rosso will take it. Clears it back out to center. Intercepted by Jacobo. Jacobo walks into the middle and backhands it into the corner, and Jacobo takes exception to Cesario. Angus. Across for Thompson. Thompson, long flip to Nikic. Nikic gets a stick on it to deflect it into the zone, but he can't do so before he gains the red. It'll be nice and called. 2:46 left to go in this game. The Sudbury Wolves, with 3 consecutive goals, after being down 2 goals, are up 6-5 against the Ottawa 67s. 67 still looking for their first win of the tournament. That's given away. Now Hebert comes in one-on-one on Gimpoli, who has 2 goals and a huge stop by Kenny. He stuck out the pad on Nikic. Now Thompson with a one-time drive is up in the air. Now Hebert with a chance. He jams it at the crease. And another stop by Kenny. Hebert dumps it in. Sudbury Wolves will tag up. Gimpoli is back there. He fans on his pass to Parker. Parker is able to recover. Now Hebert steals it and keeps it at the line. Now feeds it to Nikic. Nikic walks in, shoots, and a sharp angle shot doesn't make the net. Now a one-time chance for Thompson, and a beautiful stick check by Gimpoli. Angus racing after it. Angus fights off a tech by McMillan. Now it's sent to Nikic. Nikic in over the red line. In over the blue now. Tries to center to Christakos. Excuse me. Mead. And Mead is stolen, has the puck stolen from him. Now the 67s come back the other way. It's the captain, McCarthy. Backhand pass to McMillan up the middle. McMillan tries to walk Jacobo, but Jacobo takes it. Now he fans on it. Still in the Sudbury Wolves zone. Now it's out. Back to the red line. Belanger trips up. Oh, off the crossbar. A chance at the empty net is off the crossbar. Bar down, but not in. Now it's Cesario taking it in. Cesario cuts into the middle. Cesario has that puck stick checked off of his stick. Now Smith's clearing attempt is no good. Liang, a shot from the point and redirected. Doesn't make its way to the net. Now a scramble for it. Ends up in the corner. Smith. Oh, and a huge hit by Jacobo from behind. We saw him take a penalty last game. And he goes right back and does it again. And now a backhand clearing attempt. Almost bounces into the net, but bounces the other way instead, and it'll be an ice. .24.5 seconds left to go here in this hockey game. Sudbury Wolves coming back from behind. They're up 6-5. Play is blown dead. And the 67s will call a timeout here and maybe try and draw something up to tie the game here with 23.2 seconds left to go. And a very impressive showing by the Sudbury Wolves to maintain a level head and good resilience by this hockey club. To come back 2 goals down with 3 consecutive goals in the third period. And with a win here, the Wolves will be contesting the Barrie Colts for that 4th spot in the standings. Hebert wins the draw. Out of the zone it goes. Giampoli back there. He's got 2 goals in the game. Maybe he's got something in him. Now it's Robinson carrying it into the zone. Checked by Hebert. Hebert knocks him off the puck. Now Saulnier picks it up. He tries to cut in the middle. Shooting, and a beautiful save by Rocca. He flashes the leather to deny Saulnier. In the dying seconds of the third period, Saulnier with a beautiful shot. But the save was even better. Rocca flashes the leather. Keeps this game 6-5. 4.5 to go left. Face off to the left of Rocca. That shot is right off the glass, and that'll do it. The Wolves, with a huge comeback victory, have taken this game 6-5. And a disappointing loss for the Ottawa 67s, as that game escapes them. They remain winless. Player of the game ceremonies are next. Tyson McMillan, the player of the game for the 67s. And Daisy Dupuis the captain of the Sudbury Wolves, who led the charge in this 6-5 comeback victory, wins the player of the game for the Wolves. Stay tuned here on the broadcast. At 2 o'clock, we'll have two heavy-hitting teams facing off. It's the London Knights against the Toronto Junior Canadians at 2 o'clock. We'll be back in about half an hour's time.